Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we are going to look at what leaders need to do to really be more self-aware about what's really going on with their leadership. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success. I'm the president of Dale, Carnegie Training Japan, bestselling author, Japan Sales Mastery, and Japan Business Mastery. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike some other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Puro Podcast. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is naruhodo, which means in Japanese like, I see, I get it. Oh yeah, I see. Naruhodo. Naruhodo. If you tell someone something and they want to tell you, yeah, I got that, I understand that, right? Naruhodo. Naruhodo. I see. Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. Oh yeah, I got that, yeah. Naruhodo. 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 If we talk to a client, we wouldn't say naruhodo. We'd say something like, so de gozaimasu ka? So de gozaimasu ka? You know, very, very polite form. Naruhodo is fine between friends, but so de gozaimasu would be much better dealing with a client. Now, this is episode number 382, and we are talking about leaders need to empty their cup. Tokusan, the scholar, visited Ryutan the Zen Master to learn about Zen. Tokusan was a very smart fellow and very confident in his knowledge and experience. He was good at impressing others with his capabilities, and many people looked to him for guidance and advice. After about 10 minutes of conversation, Ryutan invited Tokusan to enjoy some green tea. As the Zen Master poured the hot tea into the cup, the tea began to flood over the brim, but Ryutan kept pouring the tea. Tokusan became agitated and said, "Stop pouring, because the cup is already full." Ryutan then told Tokusan that he couldn't understand Zen until he emptied his own mental cup to allow new ideas to enter. This is a famous Zen story in Japan, and we leaders are Tokusan. We can be convinced of our own ideas and become stubborn and inflexible about departing from them. We have risen through the ranks based on our abilities, experience, and results. We had to work things out for ourselves, and our decisions were correct. Over time, we came to believe in ourselves and our decisions, and we would plough ahead, regardless of what others might have thought. We've always had to overcome resistance. We are now in the leader danger zone. There's a tricky line between knowing what you are doing and actually being correct. We became the boss because our previous ideas were proved correct and superior to what others are advocating. We've seen off the idiots, doubters, naysayers, critics, and rivals. We've climbed the greasy pole, and they haven't. Everyone should listen to us and believe what we say, because we are right and they are wrong. Case closed. This is the classic hero journey, favoured by the independent, tough, driven, type A alpha mammals. For a very long time, this worked just fine. Business, however, has grown more enmeshed with technology changes. More complex organisations have arisen and operate at hyper-speed. Also, a different animal has been entering our companies coming in straight out of college. Are we actually able to deal with these unparalleled changes? Charles Darwin's theory of evolution put more importance on adaptability than strength or brains. Are we maintaining our full cup and therefore not well placed to adapt? Are we trying to do it all by ourselves? Many bosses are unable to hire smart people because they cost too much relative to the size of the cash flow in the company. Others won't hire smart people because they are scared of becoming a victim of future corporate internecine struggles where they can be replaced with someone younger and cheaper. How exactly can we work through others? Find out more when we come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also have custom in-house programs. We have them live online. We have them in our super safe classroom. We do them in Japanese. We do them in English. Today's show is sponsored on October the 30th by our advanced leadership training, where we're looking at performance evaluations. On the 5th of November, we'll start our 5-week virtual selling mastery program. And on the 6th of November, we have advanced leadership training looking at coaching. Now, our website is enjapan.dalecarnegie.com, where you can find out more information about those programs. You can also email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like by learning watching videos, we've got over 1,000 for you at Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We are releasing 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out every Monday. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs all the way to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. And now every second Thursday, we'll release our Business Pro television show. Don't forget, get my books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery. Get those on Amazon. Welcome back. COVID-19 has disrupted business globally. The future is uncertain. How do leaders know what to do going forward? How do you know if your strategy is the correct one or not? Strong-willed leaders see asking others for advice as a sign of timidity and weakness. They have attached their personal inner resilience to always knowing the correct answer, to being right, to being smarter and more savvy than everyone else. Complexity today exceeds the capability of one person leading the team to have all the answers. A superman or superwoman is no longer required. What happens, though, if you, as the leader, have low self-awareness and can't see that you need to empty your cup? exactly how do you empty your cup? What should go inside the now empty cup? Lack of self-awareness is one of the biggest hurdles to overcome. Once that is accomplished, then the emptying and refilling of the cup can start to happen. We have to face ourselves and ask, why do we think we are able to keep operating as we've always done when the current situation is more difficult? There are no indications we are ever going back to how things used to be. Emptying the cup requires humility, often in short supply with powerful leaders. Running faster, pushing aside and overtaking the other lemmings to ultimately be sprinting off the cliff is of no help. This is the moment to stop. Consider your own cup. Is it full of your baloney that you've convinced yourself is correct? Have you surrounded yourself with yes men or the meek and compliant? Have you bullied everyone into submission? Are there ways to tap into more ideas and solutions than you can possibly produce by yourself? Are there people closer to the action on a daily basis who will have greater and better insights than you can possibly have? Your frontline experience is way out of date by now, as you have risen through the ranks over these many years. This is scary. Your self-belief is what has driven you thus far, and questioning it unravels a lot of your personal construct about your right to lead others. That is the old model of leadership, so let it go. The use-by date is expired on that one. Empty your cup and your ego and find ways of learning more from others, including those who work for you and may even be quite junior. Tokusan thought he knew everything until Ryutan started pouring that tea. I'm pouring your tea for you right now and challenging whether your cup is going to stay full or will you make the effort to empty it? Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Go to our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application, baby, is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success here in Nippon.